We are now going to say, let me see if I can actually get this right. We are going to say good morning here to the chair of the Nunatuavut Community Council, or the Nunatuavut Council, Mr. Todd Russell. How you doing?
Good morning, Randy. How are you?
Good. Am I even close?
Well, I am the president of Nunatuavut Community Council.
That's okay. I said chairman. President, chairman. Okay, I'm close. How are you?
Yeah. Well, it's not a very it's not a happy day here in Nunatuavut or in Labrador generally.
Yeah, what's going on?
Regardless of the announcement that was made, on the floor of the Confederation building yesterday evening. Mm-hmm. This morning, we're getting reports of another one of our people who has been hauled away in handcuffs for exercising their democratic right to protest and to stand in opposition to the Muskrat Falls project.
You say hauled away in handcuffs?
Absolutely. And this, of course, is in addition to the three elders from Nunatuavut that were arrested last week. I believe that only a fool would dig their head in the sand and pretend that this is not a growing movement of particular unrest. And it would only be a fool that would think that there is no dedicated and committed opposition to the Muskrat Falls project. So Ms. Dunderdale can celebrate, but we are certainly not celebrating here or in Labrador generally. And I would think that this is a very it's a sad day. It is absolutely a sad day. But let me be clear: it might be a sad day, but we are invigorated to fight on to preserve our rights. First of all, as Aboriginal people and as Labradorians. And we will do this, regardless of her announcements and her foolish shenanigans, in terms of her celebrations on the floor of Confederation building.
Tell me about the person that got handcuffed. Why did they get handcuffed?
Well, apparently, from what we can ascertain, they were taking an axe. And I cannot confirm this as yet, but we're getting reports that there was an axe taken to a transmission pole. So, certainly...
You mean he was chopping down a transmission pole?
Well, yes. And that's my understanding of what transpired. And I'll be going down to the RCMP detachment very, very shortly after speaking with you. But certainly I think that anybody can understand that there is a very deep level of frustration. There is a deep level of anger within our people for the way that the government of Newfoundland and Labrador is handling this. There was very few people on the floor of Confederation building from Labrador yesterday. There was no celebrations here in Labrador about that announcement, and certainly not within my organization. I mean, when we have Aboriginal rights being trampled on, when we have environmental assessments that aren't complete, when we have loan guarantees that haven't kicked in, when we have court cases before our courts, and she continues to be an affront to all of that and announce some kind of symbolic sanction even. I mean, this kicks dirt in the face of our own citizens, and certainly dirt in the face of us as Aboriginal people. So I think this is I think the battle lines are being drawn very, very clearly. And I think that this is certainly. I think that this will result in an escalation of underground activity.
Todd, are you threatening more than just civil disobedience and protest? Are you saying there's actually going to be a movement that is intending to sabotage the activities surrounding this project, such as the man that was chopping down the pole? Are you talking about almost guerrilla warfare here?
I would never threaten anything. The only thing I will say to you quite clearly and quite committedly is that we will fight this project. That the basis on which she has gone is not good for the people of this province, and is certainly not good for the people of Labrador. We have a right as citizens of this country to stand up for ourselves, and to stand up for ourselves as Aboriginal people, and we will do that. We have always done this in a peaceful manner. As you know, I mean, I was president of what was the Labrador Métis Nation for 11 years. I was involved in protest after protest after protest, and every single one of those protests were civil, and they were peaceful. And we will be committed to those principles of peaceful and civil disobedience. But no doubt there are elements within any population that certainly are angry and frustrated, and sometimes that comes out not in the most, I guess, not in a way that is most acceptable to people. But I don't advocate violence. I never have. I advocate peaceful and civil protest, and I will lead peaceful and civil protest until that day comes when we are fully respected here in Labrador for what we have and what we know is ours. So I think this is it's a sad day when you have citizens of your province hauled away in handcuffs, and I can only say to the Premier and to her cabinet and to those in Nalcor, there is a better way, and you have not chosen a better way. And certainly, so I believe this will lead to certainly confrontation and a heightened sense of the people of Labrador coming together to fight for their rights.
All right, well, Todd, I'm going to leave it right there. There's a lot of things I suppose we could go into, and when we talk about that, when you talk about how this is going to lead to confrontation and so on, you've got a guy out there chopping down a pole, gets himself arrested. He's one of four. The other three elders, they violated the ground rule here. They went into the site where they were not allowed admittance.
This is our traditional lands.
To protest, and
our traditional lands.
I'm expecting that. How many Métis are there? How many of you are there?
There's approximately 4,000 members, representing families, of course.
So I guess if you get 2,200 of them to go inside and pitch a tent and stay there till they're physically taken out with handcuffs, arrested, and jailed, that would be a kind of civil disobedience that might make somebody stand up and notice. I don't know.
But is that what they want us to do? Is that where they're driving us to?
No. They want you to go away, Todd. They want you to go away. They're not recognizing that you have any legitimacy in this debate at all. They're saying federal government, and as soon as the federal government gives you the kind of recognition that you're claiming that you have, they will sit down and talk with you. Otherwise, they just want you to go away.
Well, we can't go away, Randy, because we're at home. This is our land. This is where people have been born and raised. This is where our history is at. This is where our tradition is at. We can't go away. We're home. We're not coming on somebody else's turf here.
They're coming on yours.
Others are coming on ours. And
Todd?
I mean, it's as simple as that. We are home. We can't be driven out of our own homes.
Todd, can you give me the name of the guy
the greed of others?
Can you give me the name of the guy that was arrested?
I don't want to do that right now, although it's certainly on Facebook and other places. I want to go down now to the RCMP station and certainly get some more detail on this. But I have to tell you, it's a sad, bloody day, and it's another fine example, isn't it, of a premier who can't lead, of a government who doesn't respect their own people, who have gone ahead like a bull in a china shop. For God only knows what motivation. And so, when things start off like this, I think it doesn't portend well for this development at all.
All right.
I would be if I was an investor, I'd be thinking twice.
Okay.
If I was a person invested in property in this area, I'd be thinking twice.
Todd, it is good to talk with you. Thank you, sir. Stay in touch.
Well, I wish, Randy, that I could have called you on a more pleasant note.
And we'll get to do that. We'll get to do that as well, I'm sure. Thanks, Todd.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Todd Russell is president of the Nunatuhubut Community Council. We used to recognize it as the Métis Nation. Another member arrested this morning. This one caught chopping down a pole that had been installed for part of a pole line, is what he tells me. But he's also issuing a warning this morning. I think it's fair to say that was a warning, was it not?